Hi guys, in this video we are talking about glycolysis. So by the name itself, we we get to know that glyco stands for glucose, and lysis means breakdown. So basically, breakdown or stepwise manner and breakdown of glucose under the influence of enzymes is called glycolysis itself. Okay, and it is also called as AMP pathway. You might think that what is this AMP pathway? So basically, E stands for Emden, M stands for Mayorov, and P stands for Parnas. These three scientists, discovered the glycolysis pathway in our body. So glycolysis happens in cytosol of our body, of our in our cell. So not in basically in the body and the cell as well. So it does make sense. So it happens in cytosol of the mitochondria of the cell. Then there's one more thing that we need to know, that it can take place under the it can also take place with oxygen and without oxygen. So basically this is a universal fuel generating pathway. Got this? So we'll get to this. We will get back to the cycle now. So the cycle is basically a hefty sum. So you will get to know that what glucose. So first keep that in mind, that glucose, just imagine that you have had heavy amount of starch in the morning, just say a bowl of rice. Okay, right, a bowl of rice. So what happens is, like, when you eat this bowl of rice, your body starts preparing certain enzymes, and and after that those heavy starch has been converted into glucose. And now that you need energy in our body, you have been running. Okay, why are you running? Okay, so yeah, you are basically running now. So now your body needs glucose. So how he takes the glucose, and now he needs energy from it. So yeah, so it will start breaking down glucose in certain manner. So the first step itself is basically glucose. So what it does, there's a specific steps in which it is called as preparatory phase, in which they invest ATP, and they will get this ATP in return with some extra amount. It's like investment. Okay, so keep that in mind, that glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate under the influence of two enzymes. One is hexokinase, or not two enzymes, it is or. Keep that in mind. Either way it's going to be hexokinase, or either way it's going to be glucokinase. So keep that in mind. And glucokinase is basically induced by insulin, and which is prepared insulin is prepared by liver cells in our body. So liver cells, and even it is influenced by the kidney as well. So second step, and hexokinase is always present in most of the cells. Okay, so you might be thinking that hexokinase is present in most of the cells, but glucokinase is an enzyme which is only present in liver cells and kidney cells. Okay, so glucose 6-phosphate. So now glucose 6-phosphate has been converted by phosphohexose isomerase, and it is converted into fructose 6-phosphate. This is irreversible. That's the reason why I have marked it in a single way. But this reaction is reversible two ways. It can be, if fructose 6-phosphate is present in the cell, it can be converted either ways into glucose 6-phosphate, or it can be converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. It can be also called as dye. Okay, keep that in mind. So it again eats an for this step to happen, there's requirement of 1 ATP, and under the influence of magnesium again, just like this. So fructose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate under the enzyme name phosphofructokinase. Okay, so fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is has two products. So these are converted into two, the DHAP, which is called as dihydroacetone phosphate, and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, and this can be interconverted by an enzyme named as phosphotrioisomerase. Okay, now this part we'll get back to it, and I'll tell you about what DHAP can be does. So basically this stays in our body, stays in our cell, and it helps us to prepare fats in our body, which are glycerol. Okay, this helps in beta oxidation, which will we be looking after. This is actually oxidation of fats in our body. So under the influence of glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase, and an NADPH is generated, and glycerol 3, it is converted into glycerol 3-phosphate, and glycerol 3 kinase give rise to glycerol, and 1 ATP is generated. Okay, now this glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate goes up, and the next step is done, started. Okay, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So from this phase, it is called this phase is gonna be your payoff phase. From this stage, we'll start getting ATP, because you have invested in this place. So you're gonna get you will get the ATP back again. So glycerol D3-phosphate is 3. So it can be this is converted into this is converted into 1,3-bisphosphate bisphosphoglycerate. So under the influence of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphodehydrogenase, and keep that in mind, in this one, so basically glycerol 3-phosphate, now it's bisphosphate, which it means that there's only 2 phosphate in this. So 1 phosphate has been removal, inorganic phosphate, it removes, and 1 NADP has been generated, and 1 NADP give rise to 3 ATP. Okay, keep that in mind, 3 ATP. Later we'll be looking the amount of ATP that has been generated, basically net gain of the ATP from this chapter. So now that we can see that there's these 2 molecules of ATP is generated over here as well. So 1,3-bisphosphate under the influence of phosphoglycerate kinase enzyme, it is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate. Phosphoglycerate mutase is the enzyme that has been acting, and it is converted into 2-phosphoglycerate. Mg, under the influence of magnesium and removal of water, is happening under the influence of enolase. Again there's phosphophenol pyruvate, and this is again irreversible. Sorry, I just forgot to mention this arrows. So this is again irreversible step. Okay, once this has been performed, pyruvate can't be taken back to phosphophenol pyruvate. Okay, so under the influence of this enzyme named as pyruvate kinase, it is converted into pyruvate, and it is in enol form. So keep that in mind, that so basically if lactate is only can be converted, it can be only converted through the structure which is keto. So enol, what is enol? So yeah, what happens is, like, this hydrogen, you can see, goes and binds to this. Okay, and there's this double bond which takes place, and this is what is the structure that forms. And lactate dehydrogenase is the enzyme which is acting here, and there's this NADPH molecules, and a lactate is formed. Okay, I'll tell you about net gain. Okay, let's calculate. So I'll tell you, there's this investment of 2 ATP, right? Then there's this investments of 2 ATP. One is here and one is here. So let's say minus 2. But the net gain is total, if you count, it's gonna be 10. So the total ATP which we got in the end is gonna be 8 ATP. So how much ATP has been generated by glycolysis is 8. Keep that in mind. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching this video till the end, and please like, share, subscribe, and I'll be giving down a link which is going to be my Telegram's channel, and you can get these notes there in the PDF form. Thank you.